welcome to the XFDA, and Mongoose and I have had the luxury to come and meet with TinCanJac, the famous holster maker. How you doing, Tincan?
Doing well. Thank you very
Good.
much for coming.
First off, I want to say thank you to you and your wife for inviting us into your home.
It's our pleasure.
You know,
Yes.
we've had a great day here. Tincan has showed us in his basement of exactly what he does from start to finish on making holsters. So I've got a few questions for you, Tincan, and everybody wants to know this. How long have you been making holsters, and how did you get into it?
Well, I gauge my holster making with the age of my youngest son, who is 37 years old. So right around 37 years I've been doing this, and I've always loved the West. I got intrigued by fast draw, and I mean, when I was 13 years old, I was watching the Virginian, and I watched James Drury walking across the courtyard, and his holster stayed in the same spot instead of swinging with his hips like Cheyenne's, you know. And you know, of course, being 13 years old, I thought about that, and then, of course, you know, other things took over and everything. But finally, I remembered that, and I saw a article that Bob Argenbright, Mr. Argenbright, did, and I had piqued my interest even more. So, you know, so I started making holsters, and you know, it just snowballed, I guess. So.
And I think I asked you this question earlier on. Was you a natural at it, making these holsters? Because the holsters you make, as we know, they're lovely holsters. Was you like that straight away, or was there a lot of...
I used to, you know, I bought like Bianchi holsters and stuff like that, and I used to study the stitching. The stitching is very important to me. You can't have any stitches that are off, or, you know, crooked or whatever. And I strive for that, not to do that, and because I take a lot of pride in it, and there's a lot of love that goes in each one of these holsters.
Oh, yeah, we see that.
So, you know, it straight away, no. You have to go through a learning process, and you have to strive to get better each holster you do, or you know, each thing that you do in this. You know, try to perfect things as you go along. You know. So,
right. So, Tincan today, he took me and Mongoose down into his shop. It's got an amazing shop, as you know. It's a leather shop that makes holsters, and leather everywhere, rawhide everywhere, patterns everywhere, holsters. And he showed us about the tooling. Tell us about that as well, the tooling you do. You done a flower for us on a piece of...
Yeah.
It seems, like I said to you, I wouldn't have the patience to do it. Do you have the patience all the time, or is it different?
Yeah, I do. You have to. I mean, to accomplish something pleasant to look at, you know. I think, you know, I mean, when I first started, I was horrible, of course. But as time went on, I got better and faster, and you know, but it's definitely rewarding when you see something, you know, that you have completed. I think I like that the best. I like doing stuff with my hands, and I like, you know, creating and all that good stuff. But when you see that, and you said, that ain't too bad, you know, it's pretty not too shabby, you know, and I'm blessed to know that everyone out there that has mine like them and use them and do good things with them, you know.
Well, I believe between 80 and 90% of the people in extreme fast draw use your holster. You know, it is a beautiful holster. Yeah. And TinCan, as I said, shows us from the start to finish. But he's got a lot of hand tools down there for doing the patterns and doing all the stuff. Tell us, he has this beautiful sewing machine.
Oh.
Tell us about that.
That is a Landis number 3 stitcher, okay? It is a needle and awl stitcher. What that means is there's an awl on the top that stabs the hole, and as the machine goes through its cycle, the needle comes up, and with the thread thrower and the thread looper gets that thread to that needle, which is is a hook, which pulls that top thread into the bobbin, and it creates a stitch. And there's a lot of people out there that think that the Landis number 3 makes the best looking stitch, and I seem to concur with that. You know, so right. That's I mean, I had a Leather Machine Corporation single stitching machine, and I got rid of it because I did not like the looks of the stitch. So,
it's a beautiful machine. It's a really nice machine. Yeah. Tell people, for some people that might not know, tell us about the procedure with you working with the rawhide.
Oh, the rawhide. Well, I buy the rawhide in by the roll, which is a side of rawhide. So I get it, and when I'm ready to start preparing, I will take it out of the wrapper, and it has nylon straps around it. And what I do is I have a galvanized, I guess what we call a water trough for cattle, and I put that in, put the whole thing in there. Being careful to leave the nylon straps on, because it's like, if you don't, it's like grabbing a greased pig. You can't grab it, so you have to have that to grab it by. So and then when I take it out, like maybe a day and a half, 2 days, I drain all the water off of it, and then bring it down to into my shop and put it on my big cutting bench, and I cut it up into manageable pieces. I trim off all the bad stuff first, and then I cut it up into manageable pieces, and I let that dry. And if I'm ready, and if it comes to a certain point where I can use that instead of re-wetting it or whatever after it does dry, I will do that. But after it all dries, and when I get ready to, if I have a holster that's ready to be done, I will put the piece of leather that I want in the water again and let it set maybe a day or overnight, and then I have a table in my other room, and I put paper towel down, and I put the good side. There's a good side and a bad side.
We learned that today.
Yep.
There actually is. We picked a piece of it up today, and you can physically feel it. One side's rough, the other side's somewhat smooth.
And I put the good side down because I want as much moisture in the good side than I do in the back. Okay, so then I put paper towel over that, and then I put another piece of 1/2-inch nylon, a smaller piece, over it and weight it down. And usually within a couple days, I'm ready. Or if I'm ready to apply that to the holster body. So I will take it out and get it ready, and I put the piece of the holster part on the rawhide on the good side, and I trace around it about 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch all the way around it, and I cut that out, and then take that piece of rawhide and I'll rough that up on the bad side, okay? And then I'll take a hair dryer, or and I'll dry that out, kind of. I can tell when it's dry enough when it cups in my hand, okay? It'll cup,
Right.
And then I'll glue that part, and then I'll let that set while I glue the other part, and then I'll put them together. Then I'll stitch around with the sewing machine. I'll stitch around the perimeter, and then trim off all the rawhide and bend it and glue the main seam together and stitch up the main seam. So
yeah. Well, I can vouch for this now. I mean, TinCan's heart is in making these holsters, and there is a lot of work that goes into it. It's not as easy as what some people might think, that when you've got your new holster, there's been a lot of work and a lot of love gone into that holster by TinCan.
Yes.
And a lot of people want to know, and I know there's going to be drying time in this, but how long does it really take to make a nice belt and holster, a rig? What would the lead time be? How long would it take?
Oh, well,
if it's rawhide and the drying time.
The belt is no problem, really. The gunfighter stitch is pretty tough, because now as you're going across those two places where you have that little diamond, sometimes that needle will grab that other
the other stitch,
and it'll pull it, and it'll and I said multiple swear words, but so what I have to do is I have to pull out all that stitching, and I have to redo it.
That's where you got to have the patience.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I've made up to 4 belts for you in one so because of, something like that. But anyways, that's no problem. But anyways, I have started to do the gunfighter stitch before I do the outside stitch. Okay, and so. I won't cry big tears if I do that, if I had everything, so you know what I mean? But it's quite a process. I used to stitch those by hand because I didn't want to go through the aggravation of doing that, but I said I have to do this, and I've got a kind of a system down to it, but
so time from start to finish?
Start to finish? You mean drying time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so ideally, I should wait about 3 weeks before that holster dries. Depending, because it will shift and shrink a little. And I don't want to do that, but I try to stitch them as dry as I can. And so it's
hard to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Love-hate type of thing, but I don't hate it. I love doing it. But.
Well, you had a couple of holsters today that you brought out that you got for customers. They got clamps all on them, wedges. You wouldn't believe it. Again, what goes into it. All them wedges that you had. Tell us about that. What?
I call it creative clamping. Okay. Now I want the holster to. I want the gun in the holster to present it in a certain way. All right. Now, I feel that the gun butt of the gun should be closer to your body. Okay. So when you have that on, depending on where you have it, if you have it like on the side where supposedly it should be, that gun should be pointing at the holster. Okay. That gun should be pointing at the target.
Right.
That's right. But so I try to do that by clamping. Okay, because and with the Giles 2 holster, the hip plate makes it better, facilitates that for me better. You know, I can do it with the Giles 1 without the hip plate, but it's not as pronounced. I get, you know, it's workable though. Mr. Corn Pop does that very well, as you can see. So he, you know.
It seems your mercy is at that rawhide, isn't it?
Yes.
TinCan showed us a beautiful holster today, but down in the middle, it had all gone back.
Yep.
You couldn't even get the gun in it, and it's a beautiful holster, and that's the rawhide, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this particular holster was for Christy Wright, no telling, and her rawhide was in between the leather. Okay, and in order for that rawhide not to shrink up and do what it did, you have to stop it from doing that by going all the way to the where the main seam of the holster is. And if I would have done that, it probably would have been okay. Okay, but because the regular leather wasn't stronger than the rawhide's action of shrinking, it did that. So we had to start all over again. So,
yeah, you look down in it, and there's two big bulges in there. Well, like I said, there's a lot of work that goes into making these holsters. It opened Mongoose's and eyes open today of what you do. So when you look at your TinCanJac holster, just remember what's gone into it. But like I said, I want to say thank you for inviting me and Mongoose in, and your wife.
It's my pleasure. It's an honor for you fellas to come over and do this for me.
TinCan showed us the whole process from start to finish, and we've got video of that which we'll show you. But I want to thank you, TinCan, man.
Oh,
you make a
my
great
pleasure.
holster.
Thank you very much.
I love shooting out of mine.
Yeah, good.
And when are you going to be shooting again?
For
XFDA?
Probably at in Arkansas at Giles' shoot.
Right.
You know, I always like to make that because we have a special friendship. You know, because I wouldn't be doing them really. Well, I might have been doing them, but not as soon. But you know,
well, his shoot's going to be at the fairgrounds. I told you that. So that's going to be it's going to be big. There'll be a lot of people around. So hopefully that'll be a lot of fun there.
Yeah, I can't wait, really. You know.
Right. And now, what about your shooting? Are you shooting good at the moment?
Heck no. I hit the target every once in a while, you know. But
well, I always love shooting up against you, man. And it's such a pleasure to let us come here and see what you were doing. So, thanks again, man.
You're so welcome.
We'll catch them later, and we normally say, shooters on the line, shooters set. Tell them that.
Shooters on the line, shooters set.
Catch you later.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.